Hey guys, back for another deck diary on building Son Gohan, the power of duty. I've finally found a build that I'm happy with. It's very fun to play, and before I show you that, let's go through the journey I went on. As a reminder, here's the deck list that was my starting off point. It was just the sets, cards to get a feel for the engine. Obviously, it was going to change a lot. So let's talk about those changes. First thing I did was take out 9 cards. They were the playset of Teamwork of Universe 7, the negates, Exchange of Power, 2 Roshis, Universe 7 Challenger, and 1 Surprise Attack, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. So I never really felt like negating at all, so I took out the Teamwork of Universe 7s, because his deck's all about comboing, so I'm not wanting to negate attacks, I'm wanting to combo through them. Exchange of Power, I was never really using them. The Roshis and the Vegeta I just cut for space because I had 9 cards I wanted to put in. And those 9 cards were Vegeta, Royal Evolution, Frieza, Fair-Weathered Fiend, and Android 17, Rebel Reinforcements. I won't waste too much time talking about why I was considering cards, because I already talked about them in the last video, so check that out. But I will talk about Android 17, because I did just say I never wanted to negate, and I've replaced 4 negates with 4 more negates. But Android 17 is a battle card, so you can combo with him if you need to. And he's pretty cool because when you negate him, you play him, he's a 15k swinger, and he'll play 1 red battle card with an energy cost of 1 from your drop area, so he can play Krillin, Roshi, or Gohan. And speaking of Krillin and Roshi, I've noticed looking at a lot of other people's lists that no one's rating them, but for me, I felt Roshi and Krillin were pivotal. So what I did next was dropping 2 Roshis felt bad. I had to put another one back in. So I actually raised the deck count by 1 by putting another Roshi in. You want vanillas in your hand, and you need to get them in there somehow. And Roshi and Krillin help. And they're pretty good in the early game because say you play Krillin turn 1, you attack with your leader, don't combo. Attack with Krillin, combo. That's 2 10k attacks in the early game. Better than just comboing with your leader for an attack that they were going to take anyway. So with this build, I felt that, I know I just said I never wanted to negate, but once I didn't have them, I did want to, and paying 2 for a negate for Android 17 was never really practical. So my next changes were to drop Android 17 down by 2, and to cut both the unique cards down by 1 each. So Frieza, Fair-Weathered Fiend, and Surprise Attack Vegeta, they're now sitting at 2 each because they're unique, so you can only have 1 on board at a time, so no point in having too many of them. That's 4 cards out, and in their place I put in 4 after images. And what do you know it, straight away I missed that Surprise Attack Vegeta, so I'm taking out 4 more cards, taking out 2 Difference of Status and 2 of the Android 17 Universe 7 blocker, and I put in 1 more Vegeta, so we're back up 3, and now I've got 3 copies of Son Gohan Saiyan Combo. I like this card, but you got to be careful when you play him because he's only got 4 targets, and if you've seen 2 or 3 of them, the chances are slim. So you play him, he looks top 7, and hopefully he'll find that 1-drop Gohan, and then that 1-drop will find something from the top 5. At this point, the deck is feeling good. If you take a look at this board state in a game against Blue Baby, which is a bit of an outlier because it's a game that will go for a while, but you get a big board and it's fun. The deck isn't finished yet though, because I haven't found a way to fit in Yamcha Merciless Barrage, which is pretty necessary if I want it to be competitively viable. You want those free counterplays. And is there a way to fit in Universe 7 Prince Vegeta? So we'll start with Yamcha first. Taken out the Vegeta Royal Evolutions. I wasn't really using them that much. And I've put in 3 Yamcha Merciless Barrage. So I've raised the deck count again, and now it's sitting at 56. And Yamcha is good. He definitely needs to be in the deck, but 56, probably too much. I know the deck draws a lot, but the Unison bottom decks, you have vanillas, so you're not at as much of a risk of decking out as you might think. Consistency is important, so I'd like the deck to probably be 54 cards if I can. So let's nail down what 100% needs to be in. So we've got the 4 Gohan 1-drops, the 3 Goku SRs, 4 super combos obviously, 8 vanillas. I don't think I would change that, leave it at 8. 4 Unisons obviously, I'm happy with 4. The Android 18s I like. I could go a 2-2 split with Android 18 and Android 17, but for now I've left it at just plain old Android 18. I'm only using them for the draw anyway, the combo draw. I haven't really played them, hard casted them, but that's something to test down the line. 1 secret rare obviously, and 4 of the Surprise Attack Gohans. They're staying in for sure. And by the way, let's talk about super combos. So I'm running the Goku super combo from Tournament of Power. You might be tempted to use a good super combo like Raditz. Raditz is good, but I like Goku a lot more because he's searchable, as he's Universe 7. And you can use him at 5 life, which this deck awakens at 5 life if you use the Unison to awaken. So you can defend yourself at 5 life for ages. Like, the way I play it is similar to how I play Whis, where I just sit high life for the majority of the game. It works well. In all my testing so far, I've just been using the Gohanks SER, but at this point I switched it over to Frieza just to try something different. I know in theory a lot of people's opinion is that Gohanks is the better secret rare, but I do like Frieza, so I've given him a go. Problem is, like I just mentioned, I defend myself at a high life, and then you need to be at 2 life to play Frieza for 5. So I'll probably have to adjust the way I play if I want to use Frieza. Anyway, getting back to the build, so I'm going to drop 2 cards. So I've dropped 1 After Image and 1 Gohan Saiyan combo. So now we're at 54, and that feels good. I do find finding the 1-drop Gohans when you want them can be a bit hard. And you want them there because you get that extra draw if they're on board if you're comboing with a vanilla. So next thing I will do is drop the Frieza Fair Weathered Fiends completely and put 2 more Gohan Saiyan combos back in. So I've got a playset of Gohan Saiyan combo. Obviously, the Frieza is a good card and I really like it and I want it to be in the deck. But running 2 copies of this card and 2 copies of that card, consistency does, it's a problem. So it's better to have a playset of 1 card than 2 or 3 different cards at small amounts. I had to weigh up what was more important to me, and the Gohans were more important. So, as they say in the editing business, you got to kill your darlings sometimes. That just means you got to let go of your attachment to something. It's not working for the deck, take it out. And I was finding just leaving 2 energy up to play Frieza, I was never doing it. Like, obviously, Gohan costs 2 energy to play as well, but if I'm playing him, it's because I need to play him. Usually, I'll be comboing and playing Surprise Attack Gohan and the Goku SR, and not having enough energy to play Frieza as well. And that just highlights why Surprise Attack Vegeta is so good, because you can play him just by Spirit Boosting. Alright, so this is my final deck list for now. If there are to be any more changes, they will come after I get a chance to test it in an actual tournament against people. However, I'm in lockdown at the moment, half of Australia is, so I don't know when that will be. But I will do another video talking about what options I could go for if I wanted to branch in a different direction with this deck, go down the multicolour route and all that. Look forward to that and hit subscribe to make sure you don't miss it. And also look out for, I'm building Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Spirit Boost Elite, Videl, the town's heroine, and Majin Buu, Unadulterated Might. Alright, I'll see you then.